Today, lesson 26, Twice Born. We're at the halfway mark in Fulton Sheen's lesson series, Life is Worth Living. He has spent 25 of those lessons building us to this point of now helping us to understand sacraments. Back on an earlier lesson, he gives us that definition of sacrament coming from the Greek word meaning mystery. And for many of us, it surely is a mystery. But like any mystery, it's worth wanting to know. Matter of fact, Jesus says, seek, ask, and knock. And so he begins with this concept that living a natural life, you have to be born to it. So to live a supernatural life, you would have to be born to it. So how does one be born into that supernatural life? He said, well, that is the sacrament of baptism. So now let's change it to call it the mystery of baptism. Understanding what is this baptism? So this process, it's a process in where we take the water and the words of baptism and add faith, and there's new life. He said, how can that be? How much water? Sheen gives us the idea, just enough. Well, what are the words? A baptism in the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And how much faith? Jesus tells us just a mustard seed. Just enough water, just the right words, and just amount of faith. And there is new life. What a concept. And yet, we look at something material as water and say, how can water have an inherent effect on us? And yet Sheen gives us this idea where the water in the mind of an engineer could operate a steam train and power one from across the country. As one could say that this mystery of baptism could power the soul from birth to the grave, from earth to heaven. So what does baptism do? So Sheen gives us the understanding that baptism omits a sin. And it changes us from the being born of the humanity of Adam to be born into the new humanity of Christ. And so this idea of being born into this new humanity, Sheen gives us an idea there's only really two humanities. The humanity of Adam and the humanity of Christ. And so be born into this humanity. How does he pour? How does Jesus pour this grace into us? And Sheen gives us this idea in an earlier lesson that as light from the sun passes through a prism and generates the 7 spectrums, so to the light of Jesus from the cross, from his heart, that light passing through the soul of us generates 7 virtues. The virtues of faith, hope, and love. The virtues of prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. I think about my chitty chitty bang bang. That idea we talked about in 25. That these graces change my chitty chitty bang bang. Faith, hope, and love allow my engine to run. And prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude activate my steering. It changes us from I am to I am, which is the name of God. In Hebrew is Yahweh. That's grace. That's baptism. God love you.